Hello, boys, and welcome to our second video. I hope you're having a great day. And today you'll notice that I'm in a different location. I'm actually in one of my favorite chairs. This is the chair I spend a lot of time in reading stories to my children. And today, because I'm going to be reading you a story, I thought it would be appropriate to sit in my chair. The story today is about something that is very important to me and the other coaches. And it's something that I think and I hope that you've heard us talk about several times at practice and including practices last year. And it's around being a good teammate. And the expression that we've used or the phrase that we've used in the past has been be the type of teammate that you would like to play with. Be the type of teammate that you would like to play with. I hope that rings a bell. So I'm going to get right to the story. The Japanese story, 10 Jugs of Wine, illustrates the difference between being together on a team and working together as a team. In the tale, 10 old men decide to celebrate the new year with a crock of hot sake, which is a Japanese alcohol. Since none of the men has enough for everyone, they each agree to bring one jug of wine for the large heating bowl. On the way to his wine cellar, each old man thinks to himself, my wine is too valuable to share. No one will know. It'll never show. It'll still be fine. I'll bring a jug of water instead of wine. And so when they gathered with the jugs that they had each brought, all 10 men poured the contents of their jugs ceremoniously into the big bowl. When it was time to drink, they looked sheepishly at one another. It was plain hot water for all. So this type of behavior that the old men were demonstrating is called social loafing. I'm not sure if you've heard the term loafing before, but it kind of means to be lazy. And it's really referring to the tendency that people have to try less hard at something when they're part of a group than they would if they were on their own. I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, when you've been part of a group and you kind of slip to the side and maybe don't give your full effort, when if you were to do it on your own, you would give your 100% effort. So that is what we're talking about here. However, to be a victorious teammate, I want you to remember this story, 10 jugs of wine, and instead do the opposite. Don't hold back and always bring the absolute best you have to offer from start to finish. Seize the opportunity to assist your teammates. Okay? So good teammates help us to become a better player. So always look for ways to bring out the best in one another and depend on your teammates for support as needed. One of the assistant coaches and the vice president for the Los Angeles Clippers in the NBA said, building a close team is all about building close relationships. Teammates knowing each other and willing to help each other is what makes a strong team. So if we look at championship teams, right, with these types of relationships, they all have one thing in common. They all have one thing as the foundation of that relationship, and that is trust. And that trust comes from all agreeing and all working to pull in the same direction, right? We're all heading toward the same outcome. We all want the same goal for the team. And when that's the goal for us as a group, then if we all pull together, we can achieve that goal, right? And we will trust each other in the process. So what I challenge you to do today is I'm going to give you 5 very short and very simple questions. And I want you to think about these questions. They have to do with your role as a teammate, okay? Question number 1, what am I doing that might be hurting my team? Maybe it's complaining. Maybe it's gossiping. Maybe it's simply showing up for practice late. What kind of things am I doing that may be hurting my team? Question number 2, what am I not doing that is hurting my team? Can you think of something that you maybe should be doing that you're not doing that might actually be hurting the team? The obvious example would be maybe you're not cheering or not encouraging your teammates. That's not going to give us a better team in the long run, right? So that would be something that you're not doing that could be hurting the team. Question number 3, what are the specific steps that I will take to be a better teammate? So if you think about the type of person that you would want to have on the team and that you would want to play with, Then you think of yourself and the way that you contribute to the team. Are you doing those things? Are you being the player that you would want to play with? Just a question to ask yourself. Question number 4, do you ask questions? People ask questions when they're interested in something, right? When something is important to them, they ask a question. So are you asking questions of your teammates, of your coaches? Are you asking questions? And finally, how can you be more respectful and personable? Can one of your teammates come to you with a question or a concern? Are you treating each other with respect, meaning not laughing at each other, not being critical, or valuing somebody for who they are? How can you be more respectful and personable? So I hope today the story has made sense to you, and that next time you think about your role as a teammate, you will first and foremost think, well, what type of teammate would I really want to play with? And then that'll help you determine your answer. Thank you, boys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will talk to you again.